You know that moment when something hits you fast, right? You were fine, then your chest tightens, your tone changes, and before you can catch it, you're already responding from a place you didn't choose. And afterward, almost immediately, you're replaying it in your head like, why did that get to me like that? You're not dramatic for that reaction. Something real got touched, right? Come sit with me. Come on. Yeah. This message, right, is going to hit you so hard because if moments like this keep pulling you out of yourself and you're tired of judging your reactions afterward, subscribe and stay here. This space is about staying with yourself, not fixing yourself, okay? Just know that. Listen, what we're going to do in this message, we're going to talk about triggers today, not in a clinical way, not to label you, but so you can finally understand what's happening when your body reacts before your mind has words. Because once you understand that, right, the trigger stops running the room. It stops being in control, and you stop leaving yourself inside it. So walk with me. Let's go on this journey today of figuring out these triggers and how to nip them in the bud. Because a trigger doesn't always look explosive. It doesn't. Sometimes it looks like snapping back at a little irritation, a little too sharply, going quiet mid-conversation, explaining yourself when no one asked, right? Feeling embarrassed for caring, wanting to leave the room altogether. And afterward, you're harder on yourself than anyone else was. You tell yourself, I should be past that. Or I should have known better. Why am I still like this? What's really happening is simpler. A trigger isn't about what's happening right now. It's about what this moment feels like to your body. That doesn't mean you're broken. It means you were trained. Okay? So you want to ask yourself this. Think about the last time you reacted quickly. What felt familiar about that moment? Think about it. What was it feeling? When a trigger hits, your body moves fast. It does. Your jaw tightens, your breath gets shorter, your thoughts race ahead of the whole entire conversation. You're still standing there, but part of you is bracing. What's really happening is your body thinks it needs to protect you. So instead of asking, why am I like this? Try asking this instead. Why does my body think it's responding to? What does it think it's responding to right now? Because when you stay with the sensation, the tight chest, the shallow breath, the urge to defend, instead of running toward the story, something shifts. There's a change that happens. Not because you force calm, but because you didn't abandon yourself, right? You stayed present and ask yourself, why am I reacting to this? That's the root. Here's what a trigger actually is. It's your body responding to the past inside the present. Not because you're immature, not because you haven't healed enough, but because your system learned a long time ago that moments like this required speed. Here's a shift that changes everything. A trigger doesn't require action. It requires presence. Presence gives you options, right? It does. Being present with yourself, you're able to see clearly. Because a lot of us grew up in environments where reacting fast mattered, where waiting meant being overlooked, where silence meant something was wrong, where you learned to read the room to stay safe. No one explained that to you. It just settled into your body. It made you alert. It made you capable. It did. And now it sometimes makes you reactive. But you don't live there anymore. You don't live there anymore. Ask yourself this question. Take a deeper dive. What did reacting quickly protect you from back then? Think about it. And let me say this to you gently. There have been moments when you felt triggered and let the reaction speak for you. You snapped, you shut down, you over-explained. Not because you didn't know better, but because no one showed you how to stay inside the feeling without acting it out. Seeing that isn't shame. It isn't. It's where your choice comes back and you regain your power. Right? A thrown skill that you can practice is staying with yourself. This is what holding your center looks like, right? When you feel the reaction rise, you don't rush to respond. You slow the moment down just enough to stay present. You say to yourself, this feels sharp, or this feels familiar. This is bigger than this moment. There's a reason why I'm feeling this. You don't suppress the emotion. You just don't hand it the steering wheel. You're aware. That's self-possession right there, right? And that's what we're going to embrace, the awareness and gaining that power back. If this feels like language for moments you've always judged yourself for, subscribe and stay close. This work builds over time, right? Okay, so here's an emotional contrast. Reaction that feels urgent and holding your center, which feels steady. Reaction wants relief right now. Holding your center wants clarity. That's the difference. You don't lose power by pausing. You gain authority. And here's a shift that you need to know. You're not someone who gets overtaken by emotion anymore. You feel it and you stay with it. You stay with yourself inside of it. That's who you are becoming. And that changes how every moment unfolds. You are aware of the situation, right? You don't fear the trigger. You don't obey the reaction. You stay present. You stay present inside of it and let it pass. So if you're ready to stop being ruled by your reactions, subscribe before you go. Your calm deserves consistency, right? It does. And in the next message, we're going to talk about what happens right after the trigger. That urge to reach, explain, or chase for relief. That moment comes quickly, and how you handle it changes everything. So yeah, I thank you again for being here with me. Please stay blessed and stay crowned queen. You're learning how to stay with yourself even when something gets activated, right? Thank you again and have a great day. Take care.